All right, welcome back, everybody. We've got the first significant wildfire of the season burning right now. This really blew up this afternoon. Now, it's a lot larger than 11 acres, but the last official information that we got, 11 acres. But I would estimate, based on the smoke plume, this to be at least 100 acres right now. And it is in the very, very southwestern corner of Montana. Here's the Bitterroot Valley. There's the fire. Good news is the wind is beginning to ease up and the humidity is slowly coming up. The smoke plume, by the way, is headed across the north end of the Big Hole Valley over to around Butte and will, for the time being, stay to the south of Helena. Here's a look at the visible satellite, and there is the Reynolds fire, and then you can just make out this little line of gray right here. Yes, there are some clouds over by Butte, Wisdom, and Twin Bridges right now, but there's the fire, and you can just see that little plume of smoke heading all the way off towards the east around the Butte area. Now, a lot of the state's still under a red flag warning for dangerous fire weather conditions here, but this will improve after about 9 o'clock. That's why the warning will be allowed to expire at 9. Current temperatures, hot day out there. Many locations, 80s and 90s. Look at the relative humidity. 11 in Great Falls, 13 in Helena, 10% relative humidity in Missoula. That's pretty dry. It's a little more moisture out in the eastern part of the state. Look at the current sustained winds. Northwest at Butte, 20 miles per hour. We're seeing some gusts upwards of 30, 35 miles per hour. Again, this wind will subside as we go through the night tonight. A couple of showers and thunderstorms close to the capital here. East of Butte, moving over through around the Cardwell area, over through about Three Forks. Townsend to Toston got hit pretty hard. Wonder if anybody was floating there earlier today. There you can see some of the lightning strikes with these storms. Not dry thunderstorms, but nonetheless producing lightning strikes. Also out here over the highwoods, we've got some pretty good showers and thunderstorms moving mainly right over the mountains. There's a storm off towards the west of Malta moving in that direction. A couple of storms up here in northeast Montana, up around Plentywood, which of course had that tornado a little while back. Here's what will happen. Storms in the south central part of the state quieting down. High pressure will be moving into the state, so that will mean a calmer day as far as the wind goes for tomorrow. It still will be hot and the humidity will be low. A couple of isolated storms up along the High Line Thursday afternoon, and then getting into Friday, that's when the wind will switch around to the southwest. So around the capital, up through Great Falls, out through Lewistown, we'll have to watch the smoke from that fire and what that could potentially do to the air quality come Friday afternoon into Saturday, when that wind will shift around to the southwest. Here's the forecast for tonight: 40s and 50s, diminishing wind, which is good news. And then heading into tomorrow, yes, it will be hot. It's the middle of July. Temperatures in the 80s to right around 90 degrees. Not as much wind tomorrow, and there will be a few storms maybe up there around Cut Bank, through Chester, over to Havre, Harlem, Chinook, eventually out through the Glasgow area, really up on the High Line for tomorrow. Friday, southwest winds picking up. The temperatures going up a few more notches into the 90s here. Humidity will be low. Be watching that fire danger on Friday, Saturday as well. With a cold front coming through, this will likely pick up the wind here through the day on Saturday before we have a nice high pressure coming down here, more of a northerly wind. Little rise in the humidity here, and then temperatures, look at that, highs on Sunday only in the 70s and the lower 80s. So not much rain, though, in the forecast here over the next 7 days for the capital. About 90 degrees tomorrow, lighter wind, 93 on Friday. Saturday, of course, Symphony Under the Stars here in the evening, and the weather does look very nice. A little on the breezy side on Saturday, but the wind eases up and switches direction on Sunday. And look at that, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, highs and Wednesday only in the 80s. And for the Electric City, a little cooler tomorrow, not as windy, 86, but you know, that fire danger is very, very high out there, with it just being that time of year. It's hot, it's dry, and we get these windy spells. That fire danger will increase.
And we'll stay on top of it, yes, for sure. All right, and Andy Curtis, you've got some interesting college basketball news to talk about.
You could say that. Today we learned that a very coveted Carroll College commit, that is jumping ship down to the mining city. We'll have more coming up next.